everybody. Oh man, this morning's rough. But we're ready to do it. Wow. Yeah, good morning everybody. It's November 9th, I guess. Monday. Man, Mondays are just like rough. I don't know. I don't know what you guys, I don't know if I don't know the quantity. I don't know who works from home and who actually is going out and doing their normal job again, but and I'm totally grateful for having a job, right? I want to make sure that everyone understands. This isn't a complaining thing, but man, like I'm someone that I don't even know if you guys know this. If you meet me in real life, I'm pretty much like you see right here. But if there's too many people, like a lot of people, I kind of get into introverted mode. Like I don't like too many people around. But one-on-one, you're pretty much getting the same guy that you're getting right here. Like I'm goofy, whatever, and I'm like comfortable. But you get too many people, and I kind of get like sucked inside. Like, but dude. And I'm kind of a little bit introverted, really. Like in real life, like I don't mind being a homebody and stuff like that. I actually somewhat prefer that. But dude, like the 9 months, 10 months, going on 10 months, like just being in the same room and the same thing, like I'm just going nuts. It's like Groundhog's freaking Day. Like I just can't handle it. Like it's driving me crazy. But I don't want to feel like ungrateful for yeah, do you see that my eyebrows have thickened up a bit? If those of you don't know that story, maybe we'll cover that again. But they're thickening up. They're getting fixed here. But man, it's just like, it's killing me. So, all right, I'll kill the music. I wanted to ask you guys something. Did I miss like some weird parenting thing that happened somewhere along the way? So I don't know, how many of you guys have little kids? Like, do you guys have, put like a one in the, actually, all right. Put a 1 in the chat if your kids are 5 and under, and put a 2 in the chat if they're 5 and over. Maybe that's bad. I don't know. Whatever. Just try that. So, like, I just want to see who has, like, really little kids, and then who has, like, older kids. I guess maybe I should have said 10. But anyways, all right. So everyone's kind of got kids of various different ages. When did putting your kids on a leash become a thing? So I was traveling, and I had never seen this before. I was traveling and I was in Baltimore, and there was a little kid on a leash. Do people leash kids? I don't know. It was weird. I was like, I honestly, I'll tell you one thing. If the leash thing was a thing when I had little kids, when my kids were little, I don't know if I would. So, right? People are saying, what the hell? The kid was on a leash. Like he had a harness with a leash, like he was walking a dog. I'm like, what the hell is that? It was the weirdest thing to me. So anyways, I had never seen that before. And I'm like, one of the things that was kind of like fun when you're a little kid is that like your kids just run like everywhere. And you kind of like, at least when my kids were young, I would eat all their crap food. Like if I made a mac and cheese or something, I'd like, give them some and then eat like a whole bunch of it. So I was gaining a lot of weight when the kids were little, but, part of it was running after them all the time. That was kind of cool. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with like the whole kids on leashes thing, but so it is a thing. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah, for parenting help. All right. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? I hope everyone's excited for this week. We had a really fun show last night on the One Up Weekly. So let me tell you the eyebrow. Does everyone know the eyebrows thing? Because you're probably all looking at them. Does everyone know it, or should I repeat it really quick? Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to repeat the eyebrows story. If you don't, I won't. But I'll give you a second. I'm gonna sip my coffee. I'm drinking Death Wish coffee this morning because I needed it. Of course, Justin says he doesn't want to hear it, but all right, I'll repeat it anyway. All right, so Okay, we're having fun. We're happy. No, no, I don't want to be sad. So I'm gonna tell the story, but we'll skip over the sad moments. So we're getting ready to go to my grandfather's funeral, and it's Kim is in the other room. We're in a hotel, and Kim's in the other room, like putting on her makeup, and I'm in the bathroom. And I have this. I'm Italian, guys. Like I get hairy. I'm a hairy guy. Like I'm not super duper hairy. Not like it's not like I'm so hairy that when I put a shirt on, the shirt doesn't touch my skin because there's so much hair that it provides a layer between my skin and the shirt. I'm not that hairy, okay? It's just I don't want to get. I want to make it very clear the level of hair we're talking about. It's not like so much that my shirt doesn't touch my skin, okay? So I just want to make that clear. All right, good. Now that that's clear, facial wise, like this stuff grows like weeds. Like my beard grows crazy, my eyebrows grow crazy, everything just grows crazy. So I have this little like it's just no, I'm not like a Wookiee. No, I know enough about Star Wars to know what a Wookiee is. Okay, but everything else I don't know. Okay, all right. So hey, keep on track, guys. You're throwing me off guard here. So I have this little like nose and like eyebrow trimmer thing. And it's just like a little thing. It has has like a little battery in it. And every now and then I just hit the eyebrows, whatever, hit the nose because the nose hairs will get long. No one wants to see like curly nose hairs coming out, right? So, anyways, so I put the attachment on the eyebrow thing because they were looking really thick and bushy, and I was just gonna give it a once over. But I put the wrong attachment on it. So but I didn't know that. Okay. So I hit this eyebrow and Kim's in the other room and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she goes, what? I'm like, no. And she's, oh, what is going on? I go, Kim, this is so bad. This is so bad. I don't know what to do. This is so bad. And she's all, what? Come here, come here. And I come in the room and she's like, what the hell happened to your eyebrow? So imagine I had like one bushy one and one super thin one. She's like, well, you have to shave the other one now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so bad. What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? And she's like, nothing. You're just going to have to deal with it. And then I just said, yeah. So she was kind of tough loving me. She's like, I don't know. You shaved your freaking eyebrows. Like, what do you, you shaved it off. What do you want me to say? So yeah, the freaking thing was shaved off. So at that point, you just kind of have to commit. So if you guys ever have facial hair, like a goatee or a beard or whatever, like, have you ever been in a situation where you slipped with a razor or you're shaving and you slipped? It sucks because if you see yourself in the mirror every day a certain way and something changes, like it's terrifying to you. Like you're like, oh my gosh, who is this person in the mirror? So it was really rough for me. Yeah, and I couldn't wait. It was just really bad. Come on, you guys, no one's ever done that. Come on, Garage Gamer, that's a lie. You live in Oregon. You probably have facial hair just out of like the fact that you have to live there. Like they basically are like, hey man, you got a beard? No? Now you can't come to Oregon. Sorry. You're like, oh, beard? You're in. Never. I don't know. I don't believe that none of you have ever had a problem with a razor shaving or anything. Seriously, even as a little kid. I'm not a little kid, but I kind of had hair on my face early. My my cousin used to like be like, hey, looks like you got peach fuzz. He used to make me insecure about having hair, which is really weird because he's Italian too. But I'm Italian. I can grow a beard in 5 minutes. Deputy Van Halen, which also known as Eminem or MMM. But yeah, see, it does grow fast. So this should grow back in. But here, I'll tell you one more story and then we'll get off the hair thing. Yeah, the fact that you guys are here to listen to me talk about this is awesome. But by the way, if you're new to this isn't like a gaming thing. Yes, it's on a gaming channel, and we do talk about game stuff on this. But this is just like a podcast, so we talk about whatever. I've always wanted to do a solo, podcast where I can just talk about whatever I want, and that's what this is. Sometimes we talk about games, sometimes we don't. Michael B says it's a crapshoot whether I'm going to have to shave off my old beard every time I trim it. See, it's stressful, right? Like, trimming your beard is stressful. All right, hold on. How to Bachelor said bad trims have led to beard shaved. See, okay, so some of you guys are being honest, and other ones don't want to mention it. It's okay. It's a safe place. You can talk about your beard issues. It's fine. Like, no one's gonna ridicule you here. Well, we might bust each other's balls, but no one's gonna ridicule you here. Okay? Nikki Z is like, what the hell is going on right now? Okay, we'll get off that topic, but I need another sip of my coffee really quick. So what did you guys think about this? What did you guys think about this the other day? Did this excite you? Like, when I saw that article, Justin tipped me off that article happened. It was in my news feed somewhere. I just miss a lot of that stuff. But when Justin told me that they ported the Atomic Wave version of Metal Slug 6 over, I was pretty stoked. So have you guys played Metal Slug 6 before? It's really awesome. So it's really great. And hold on, Hobby Hands has a super chat. Once shear clippers adjuster fell off and zipped off clean a part of my head. So shave my whole head clean, dude. That's crazy. So Reset Rudy says they have 4 games that have been ported over now. I don't know. Someone talked about alphabetized. What the heck are you talking about? How to Bachelor. Vic says Metal Slug 6 is outstanding. All right. I'm going to make some energy drinks now. Stomach is bothering me today. Oh, I'm going to make some energy drink. Really? But that doesn't bother your stomach more? When I have energy drinks, it bothers my stomach a ton. All right, there was a comment that's about shaving, but it's not appropriate for the channel, so I'm not going to go there. Yeah, this was pretty cool that they did this. So, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I didn't even really know how close the Atomic Wave hardware is to the Naomi hardware and to the Dreamcast hardware. So, really, there's some I guess the Atomic Wave had a slightly more memory. So if they utilized more of that memory, then some of those games may not be able to be ported from Atomic Wave. But I just, this is just such a cool thing. And it was weird because I got some people that said things like, they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna play the music. I know it. I don't think I shut it off. Oh, I did. Oh wait, where'd I go? God damn. Talking about fixing this for a while, and I still, it's like, I'm such a nightmare when it comes to this. Yeah, cool, dudes. Cool. No, there's been a lot of people talking about this, but then a lot of people go, oh, well, how do I play it without the hardware? But the whole point was, it's cool that you're playing it on original hardware. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, how do I play it without it? And I was like, oh, well, you're kind of missing the point of why I was so excited about it. I was excited about it because how cool is it to bring a game to the Dreamcast, to the physical Dreamcast that had never been on the Dreamcast? Like, that's cool crap. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, the load times are a little slow on it, but it's not that bad. But like, that's what's cool about it. So like to then go, I'm going to run it on an emulator. It's like not as cool because you can do that all day. It's cool because you're running it on original hardware. So I guess some people missed the point there. Maybe I should have talked about that a little bit more, but I didn't. So did you guys see the picture that John D posted last night? I don't know if you guys saw it, but if you didn't, I'm going to share it really quick. Did you guys see it? It was really late at night last night. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw it. But I'm going to show it to you anyway because I'm sure some of you guys didn't see it. I did. Lewis, of course you saw it, Lewis. You probably saw it right away. So I'm going to share this really fast so you guys can see this. All right. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm gone now, which is awesome. You can't see me. You can't see anything, actually. There you go. Now you can. So this is, I got to admit, I was a little bit, of course, there's Lewis right there. I was a little bit like, it looks like his knee is all jammed up I'm a little concerned because his knee looks all jammed up. But this is Mike from Arcade 1-Up, and he's a pretty big dude. He's a bigger dude. I don't want to say big dude, but maybe I shouldn't say big dude. So what do you guys think about that? It just looked tiny. So I'm going to figure out a way. All right, look, I'll admit it. I saw it, and I got excited, and I had to buy it. I'm like, screw it, I had to buy it. But Mike's a pretty big dude. I don't know, Justin, you met Mike in real life too. Do you think that Mike is, I can't remember if Mike is taller than us. I mean, Justin, you're only like 5'3", so, just kidding. Justin's actually tall. I don't know if you guys remember the whole thing where I was joking around about, I thought Justin was really not tall. And then I met him in real life and he actually was tall. I was like, oh. But I never told him that until I think I met him that day. All right, Justin says Mike was 6'2". He was out there with. He's like, "Hey, Mike, hold on a second." He's tape measuring him. He's like, "I'm measuring the screen, so while I'm measuring the screens, I want to get the height of all the 1-Up employees." Yeah, I don't know. I'll go back to the picture really quick, but it kind of turned me off a bit because I'm like, man, he looks really big in front of this thing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I guess I won't know till we get it, but I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm not exactly short. He said Mike is a few inches taller than you. All right. Well, I mean, we may look really bad. I mean, we may look like total losers playing it, but if we're having fun, it doesn't really matter. But there's no way. I'm just saying. Said this the other day. There's no possible way we will look cool playing it. Like, there's no way, unless you're really small and thin and really short. Hey, all right, maybe I'm closer to 5'11", okay? Justin said Ralph is lying. He's 5'11". I've always said I was 6 feet my whole life, but I probably am more like 5'11". What a jerk. What a jerk, man. Put in the H. I don't know what that means. Put in the H. I don't know. Let's see. Ralph wants to round up. Yeah, I did. Okay. Ralph, Code Mystics did outrun. Yes, they did. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. So I was kind of thinking, let's go back to the picture for 1 second. You know what I was kind of thinking is, and this picture doesn't contain the pedals, but the pedals being like down here somewhere. I love this Garage Gamer picture right here. Hold on, let me. He's got the guy with his back breaking. It's awesome. Hold on. Oh crap, where'd it go? I can't get it. All right, whatever. So, yeah, what I was thinking here is, picture gets me every time. What I'm thinking is there a way that we can convert the sit down to a stand up? Now I know look, I know I'm paying for, and you guys are paying for this in this configuration, but I want to see, like, is it simply on a riser and they relocate the pedals down here to below the riser, or that notched piece of wood that looks like it's there? I can't tell. It's really hard to see how the actual pedals attach. It kind of looks like maybe basically it's notched and it just kind of sits in there. So I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to I'm looking forward to just trying to do different things with it, and maybe it'll surprise us, and maybe it'll be a little bit more I don't know, maybe it'll be a little bit more ergonomically friendly than it looks, but it doesn't look that why is Justin calling? Hold on, Justin's calling. You're live.
Hey, dude, I'm sorry to interrupt your show, but go back to that picture, dude. Did you look at the outrun? It like has like something you can rest your drink on. Did you notice that?
No.
I only noticed it till now.
All right, I'm looking at the picture right now.
Look where his hand is. There's a flat spot.
Oh, this. Oh, that like little. Oh, that little like top part.
Yeah. What's up with that? That's the first time they've done that. It juts out. It comes out.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I did notice that, but I didn't really think of. Do you think there's enough? Let's look real quick. You think there's enough room for like a beer or a cup of coffee?
Put a beer there. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying, so you're basically saying cup holder mod is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the cup holder mod right there.
But you think like, but what if, how cool would it be if there's enough room to cut a hole on each side and do 2 drink holders and then like make them light up red LEDs or something? That would look cool.
Killer.
The only problem with that, there's only one caveat to that. The only caveat is when you do LEDs that close to the monitor, it kind of like reflects off. But anyway, all right, cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't even notice that really.
All right. Okay.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, later. Bye. What a surprise. We got a special guest on the show. Justin Console Kits. That is actually really cool. So let's go back to that 1 second. I didn't expect to talk about this today, but that's kind of neat, right? I don't know what that is, graphically what that is, but let's go look at something really quick. Here, look, we're going to look up Outrun Arcade Cabinet, because I can't remember what that, I don't know what that upper thing would be. Oh, it's this. It's the map. Okay, I get it. All right, so it's their way of putting in the map artwork there. Okay. You know, the one Outrun I remember, guys, I don't know if this is the one you remember, but this is the one I remember. This is the one that I played. Oh, that's a 3D model. Oh, boy. Guys, I'm going to have to end the show early. Oh, my stomach is churning and burning hard. If I do, I'm really sorry, but I may have to. Like, it's not good right now. I was having some stomach issues before the show started. I'm just letting you know, like, I may have to go. If I do, I'll make it up to you guys, and we'll have a show another time. But have you ever had that moment where like coffee hits your stomach and stuff turns? Like that feeling can't be like suppressed. That feeling is like intense. So I'm just letting you know, it kind of came and it went a little bit. So we're just gonna, we're 21 minutes in. I just don't. Dude, Vic Vicious, you farted in that cabinet? That's not cool. I'm with you. See, wait, are you with me or I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it just does. It didn't feel good right now. It just calmed down. It calmed down. Whew, okay. All right, it's calmed down. All right, let's go back to that picture really quick. So before I go back there, I lose the chat when I go over there. Get some Pepto Bismol. That's not going to help for this feeling. This is that like whoa, intense, gotta situation. But what do you guys think that? This is the cabinet I remember. Like, this is what I used to play at the arcade. This was, I don't know if I honestly don't know. Oh, man, I'm trying to get a good full-size picture of the original Outrun cab. Just give me a second. I'll find it. So I'll tell you this. My arcade, I don't think had the stand-up one. I've seen the stand-up one, like, after, like, I don't know, basically, like, as an adult, I've seen it in several places, but I've never seen... Like, I've always, like, as a kid, I always played that one. And the reason why Outrun was, like, kind of crazy is because it was super expensive in arcade to play that, by the way. Like, I think they charged, like, $1. So, when you're stealing your mom's quarters, you don't, you don't really, you want to stay away from the expensive games. I mean, it's just, like, the smart move, right? Here, I'll bring it up right here. I have a good picture of it, I think. Give me 1 second. It's not the best, but it's good enough. All right, here. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I know it's not the best quality picture, so I apologize in advance. But this was, so this is why I'm gonna go back to one side. I know I'm jumping all over the place. So the one thing that scares me about Outrun, this is my God's, this is like as true as I can get on this. The thing that scares me, actually, that's Turbo Outrun. But anyway, similar cabinet. The thing that scares me about Outrun is that part of the experience with Outrun was the movement of the cabinet for me. I didn't play the upright one. So for me, it was like the banking, the turning, the like, there was like a draw to the cabinet because it did something that no other cabinets ever did, right? It was like what Afterburner did. You got into Afterburner, and even if you sucked, you wanted to put in another dollar because like, that was awesome. Like, as you're banking and rolling, like, that's really cool. So I hope that my nostalgia for the game isn't so tied to that I'm disappointed. Does anybody feel that way? Like, it may be one of those things where I buy it and I'm kind of like I'm giving myself like, all right, I'm in it, right? I'm excited. I build it, I play it, I'm excited. But then like really, really quickly, the nostalgia wears off and I'm like, crap, it doesn't move around. Like, that's what I wanted it to do because that's what I remember it doing. I hope I don't. Ooh, the stomach's rolling again. Ooh. Garage Gamer thinks I'm overanalyzing? No, but that's what I do, Garage Gamer. I overanalyze everything. See, the other Ralph feels the same way. I'm just saying, I'm not going to not enjoy it. I'm just afraid that sometimes nostalgia is so powerful that it makes you make purchases that you sometimes aren't thinking all the way through. And believe me, Arcade 1-Up is really good at hooking you on that, right? Like, that's part of the... I mean, if I'm working there, that's part of the sales strategy. It's like, make it so exciting, build hype, make it super cool, pull on the nostalgia heartstrings, and then we make the purchase. And there's been a couple of Arcade 1-Ups where guys, if I make it 10 more minutes, that's like a hold on, just give me 1 sec. I know this is inappropriate, but I don't know what else to do. I need to have a Zen moment to make the feeling go away. Okay. All right. I'm good. Whew. All right, so you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, that feeling, the nostalgia feeling, how strong it can be and all of that, right? Like, that's just all I'm saying is sometimes you go into it, I don't know, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It's just, sometimes the nostalgia takes over and you make a choice, and sometimes it works out and you're super pumped up, and sometimes it doesn't, I mean, sometimes it just doesn't feel the same way in the end. That didn't sound right, but here it is. Here's the no more coffee, Ralph. I know. Clench the cheeks. Wow. Both Nikki and Natalie are like, what did I join? This is not good. We're talking about pooping. We're talking about shaving. My family, I get it. Okay, so Michael B gets me. Do you guys get me? Give me a 1 if you get me, what I'm talking about, the nostalgia thing. It's just real. It's real talk, right? It's what happens with this stuff. So this is the one that I had in my arcade. It looked exactly like this. And you know, it turned, it was on this huge platform. Can you imagine what this thing must have, number one, cost the arcade owner? And then number two, what it weighed? Like this thing had to weigh a ridiculous amount of weight. Like it had to be stupid heavy. And this probably, no wonder it was $1, because if this thing cost an arcade owner like 10 grand in that day, maybe it didn't. Maybe it was like 5 to 10, somewhere in there. I don't know. Maybe I have no idea. We should go back and see if we could find the original MSRP on this. If someone buy a computer and could check, it'd be kind of interesting to know. Like that's what I remember. It was that. I played that cabinet. So like imagine some cabs have to be full size. Ben, thanks for the super chat. Like, imagine if someone took the Arcade 1-Up version of it and mounted it, like, if someone had the skill sets to mount it on a platform and do all that. Like, they made like a hydraulic mod and they basically, like, secured down the Arcade 1-Up to a platform like that. I mean, that would be a complete and utter waste of money. But, dude, it's funny. I will tell you this. So, when I was doing all the early Arcade 1-Up modding, right? People would get so hung up on price. And I'm like, guys, I don't do any of this with cost in mind. Some of the things I do are completely stupid. Like, yes, the cabinet cost me $300 or $500, and I did all this crazy stuff to it. Yet, I knew that, though. Like, I never talked about price on purpose because it would be insane. But it wasn't to deter anyone. It's just for fun. Like, I mod for fun. And sometimes the outcome is way expensive, and it doesn't make any financial sense at all. Like, at all. But that wasn't the point. The point was to create something. Just like sometimes when you create stuff, you're doing it on a budget, right? Like, and that was, we'll go back in time a little bit. If you're newer to the channel and you don't remember, wait, I'm changing my like to a dislike. He missed my super chat. I'll check. Hold on. I didn't have time to run the app. Hold on. I don't want to miss super chats. You're derailing my whole talk track now. What's that app again? How to Bachelor, tell me what the stupid thing is called. I don't use it all the time. The thing that will pull up my super chats. I don't even know. All right, whatever it is. Tell me in a minute, and I'll bring it back up. But a lot of the things I used to do were just to Streamlabs. There it is. They were just to like do, you know, say you could do it, right? Like it was just, I'm gonna show you something cool, and that's kind of what it always was. And sometimes I did things on a budget, but if you guys remember, in the early days of, I say early days, but when Arcade 1-Up modding was starting out, ETA Prime did his like the first video where he was showing you buy this kit and with the buttons, and it was like cheap buttons and a cheap joystick and not good stuff. It was kind of crappy stuff actually, but his whole talk track was around, well, you already spent a lot of money, so you know, get come out of this thing cheap. Like, don't spend too much money. Where I took it the opposite way and was like, no, I want the best components in it. Which it still was a lot cheaper than going out and buying a lot of times a full-size arcade that had the same stuff. But I was taking real arcade hardware and putting them in these cabinets. So yeah, it seemed kind of crazy, but it's also what made people want to watch, because they're like, that's cool. I never knew what a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles PCB looked like. Or I never knew what, you know, whatever it was. I don't remember all the games I did. NBA Jam. I never knew what an NBA Jam PCB looked like. So it was kind of like a cool way. Anyways, How to Bachelor had a super chat. It said people wanted to sit down. Did they not properly test this? I don't know. I mean, I'm going based on what I'm seeing. Mike looks a little uncomfortable there, just saying. But we'll see. I guess when everyone gets it, we'll see. How to Bachelor, another super chat that said bad trims have led to beards shaved. 100%. Hey Pitbull, how you doing? I do love you. So Lewis said some of the older PCBs are huge. So there is something really funny. My buddy wanted to do a Primal Rage cabinet. The Atari Primal Rage PCB is freaking huge. It's so big that it didn't fit inside the Arcade 1-Up cabinet. And he's asking me what the solution should be. And I was like, I don't know. I just, maybe we could figure out how to mount it to the back or something and wire it out. Because I was like really concerned about ventilation, and I didn't think it would be a good idea to put it in the cabinet and have it like laying sideways. So he ended up coming up with this. I don't think this is a good solution, by the way, but he mounted it to the back wall of his house. And I was like, dude, don't do that. So I actually encouraged him not to do a Primal Rage, just because I was like, dude, just do it under. But Primal Rage, I think, has a lot of emulation issues, so that's probably why he wanted to do that. But I located a Primal Rage board for him, and when it came, I had it come to my house first, and I tested it. The thing is freaking huge. Like, stupid huge. But emulation on Primal Rage isn't perfect. All right, how do people who have Star Wars sit down find it? They seem to enjoy it. The question is, yeah. So Michael B brings up a good point. Does anybody have that sit down Star Wars, and is it comfortable? Because to his point, you don't have you're not having to worry about the feet. So my thing is like, if the pedals aren't configured correctly and your knees too close to the control panel, that could be a problem. I'm guessing they tested all that, but we won't know until we have it. But it just looked like Mike is a big dude and he just looks a little uncomfortable in that picture. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's go back to it just one last time. I don't know. I just can't really tell. But maybe it's just the way he's sitting, maybe because he's not playing it right now. So maybe his foot isn't on the thing, or maybe he could scoot back a little bit. I don't know. We're grown men, guys. I mean, we're grown men and women. We're gonna look silly playing this. And I don't, I'd ask John D this. They have a relationship with Sega, so I'm not sure why there's no Sega logo on the side. That's come up several times. It just looks like it's missing something without having it. So anyway, Primal Rage deserves its own arcade 1-up cabinet. Yeah, it doesn't emulate right, though. Unless I haven't tried it in a long time, but it had emulation issues back in the day, so I'm not sure. It might still have them. But if you look at that PCB, right? So realize that software emulation is trying to figure out, how to get this physical thing to work under software. And that board looks super complex. I have no idea. It was like, I know when Primal Rage came out, that was around the time Atari was really suffering in the arcades. And that was like they had a couple last ditch efforts like Pit Fighter and Primal Rage. They were all arcade games to try to keep them relevant. And dude, it was almost like they were like, look, build it at all costs. Look, all the engineers left, just build it. I don't care how you build it. I don't care how clunky it is. Just build it. And it's like the PCB. I'm telling you guys, if you've ever seen the PCB, it is it's ridiculous. Like there's no way in that day and age you needed the board to be that big. It was freaking insanely big. It was almost like Atari was like all their hardware engineers were gone. And they're like, all right, hey, they took, what's his name? They took Jimmy, who got fired. Is it Jimmy? What's the guy's name, Justin? They took Jimmy or Johnny or whatever his name is from Arcade 1-Up. Like, yeah, give me a kid. You're building us a game. It's called Primal Rage. It's going to be about dinosaurs fighting each other. And then, we're going to have a fat fatality. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to kill it. Jimmy, you're going to kill a guy. I know you don't know anything about hardware engineering. Don't worry about it. Just build the PCB as big as it needs to be. I don't care if it's as big as a truck. Just make it work. We're getting irrelevant in the arcades. People don't know Atari anymore. In the future, I wouldn't be surprised if we have to build hotels. I mean, that's how hurting we are. So, Jimmy, it's up to you. Make Primal Rage work. So Primal Rage. Do any of you guys... Oh, Urination Fatality, too. Do any of you guys like Primal Rage? I hated that game. It was weird. When that game hit our arcade, there were people that played it. I was glad Primal Rage came out because it made people get away from Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. It took some of the audience away, so you didn't have to wait as long for Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. But I'm like, dude, it was such a bad game. It wasn't good. Maybe the game was okay. I don't know. I just hated it. I hated that they were dinosaurs. I don't know. It just like bugged me. I'm like, why dinosaurs fight? It just seems stupid. When you saw like one that was using like FMV, like, real people, and then you had Street Fighter where the animation was all awesome, and then it was like this janky dinosaur game. It was stupid. I don't know. It's just dumb. Mike says people like dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs too. I love them, but the game was stupid. And then I think they even put it next to Pit Fighter, and Pit Fighter was like, I played Pit Fighter, but Pit Fighter was just bad. I think Pit Fighter only seemed cool because it had real people in it, and then like there was other people that were interested in it because it was a new game. So I don't know if you guys know like or had this experience in your arcade. When new games would come in, they could sometimes be crappy games, but there was the mystique of it being new, and a new box came in and people got excited. But sometimes the games people got excited about kind of sucked, but like it was a different new game, so they were interested in it. But then they like, imagine how crappy it must have been back then to be the arcade owner, and you're like, we're getting Pit Fighter. And Pit Fighter in my arcade, I know it didn't last that long. Like, it was out of there pretty quick. Like, I don't think people were that into it, at least not in the arcade. The arcade in my town was called Dream Machine. It was the only arcade in town. And so it was in a mall. It was in a mall in my town. Yeah, I don't remember it being on the floor that long. So imagine though, the arcade owner is banking on a title being popular because some of them used to do like different programs to get the arcades on the floor, but some used to buy them outright. If you bought it outright, you got to recoup that investment. You better recoup it pretty fast. Something like Outrun at $1 a game, if that thing's cranking all day long, you'd probably recoup the investment pretty quick. But yeah, man, I don't know. But then they had like all the redemption crap. That's probably how they made most of their money anyway. It was like, hey, play these dumb ticket games that you're never going to win anything on. And then I'll give you like a $2 China teddy bear, that you spent like $600 to try to win. So that was really, that was really how they made their money anyways. I bet the skee balls made a lot of money. Ours was just named Mall Arcade. Really? That's what it was? It was just Mall Arcade? They couldn't come up with something better than that? That's funny. Rock'em Sock'em Robots was too poor to get it. Did you guys ever have you guys been to a Dave & Buster's lately where they have the gigantic, I mean, not lately, you probably haven't because of things going on with COVID, but they have this big Rock'em Sock'em Robot game. It's pretty cool, actually. Mike says skee balls still make money. I used to play Soul Calibur 1 and 2 tournaments, made big bank playing it. Actually, Soul Calibur is a cool game. I didn't get wicked into it, but I think I played it on the PlayStation. All right. Cursed Existence. Nikki, hopefully eventually they need to really upgrade their hardware first. Galloping Ghost here in Illinois. I know Galloping Ghost. I haven't been yet. Yeah, Mike, they have a giant Rock'em Sock'em robots. Here, I'll show you. It's actually really fun, too. Yeah, Rock'em Sock'em full size. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Let me pull it up. It's playing a trailer. Hold on. I'll pull it up in 1 second here. Yeah, check this out, Mike. You'll think this is cool. Let's see. Let's see if I got it. This should work. It's this guy right here. If you guys have never seen this, like, it's pretty badass. It's not going to play video very well over this, but it's totally cool. I mean, I don't know. If you've never played it, you definitely want to give it a shot. It's a pretty fun game. And you've got to move them around. So you have to actually put some you have to put some momentum into it to get that thing to move. It's pretty neat. I had a good time. I had a good time playing it with my son when we first saw it at Dave & Buster's. But anyway, well, guys, I got to wind down because my stomach is just not hanging. It's just not. Yeah, so Mike, it is awesome. Check it if you feel comfortable enough to go to a Dave & Buster's or something, or definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. But I gotta end the show, guys. I have to. I'm sorry. Real quick, if there's anything you want to talk about, really, really fast, throw it in the chat. I'll try to do my best to talk about it real quick. But I'm starting to get hot and sweaty, and it's cold here. It's cold here, so it's not the jacket that I'm hot and sweaty. It's the fact that I really have to go to the bathroom. So just all right, Ralph said this is not a gaming podcast. 7 people left and gave thumbs down, and then all talked about was games and arcades. No, actually, Justin, believe it or not, How to Bachelor showed me all those people thumbs it down last night. So I don't know. Like, I guess a bunch of people were like, screw this guy. I don't know why, but all I want to talk about is poop. Yeah. All right, Garage Gamer. It is cold. It's cold right here now in Arizona. Right? I mean, it's cold for us. It's cold for us. Jonathan says, I hope everything comes out okay. Morning meat sweats. I didn't have any meat last night, so it's not morning meat. That's gross, though. Speaking of, no, I'm not going to go down that path. All right, Ralph, what's your first game you are going to play on the new Xbox? Actually, I think Dirt is the first game I'm going to play on the new Xbox. It's the only game that came, that's physical, so I'm going to probably play Dirt. And actually, my Xbox Series S comes this week, so I'll definitely check that out. I got a Series S and a Series X, but I have to be careful about the X because the X is really for my son, so I can't open that up. I got to not open it up. Like, you know how hard it's going to be to not open it up? Garage Gamer, I know. We have different definitions now of what cold is. Definitely different definitions of what cold is. That's for sure. But anyway, drain the pool like 4 times. Ralph's going to drain his colon. Yeah, that's good. Do you have A one-up cab in the front of the toilet? No, but I did have one in the shower once. If you ever have a Simpsons 4 player, do you think they'll add a trackball for Simpsons bowling? I don't know. That's a good question. All right, can you pick John D's brain about how uncomfortable the outrun pick look? Yeah, I will. I'll talk to him today and see what he says on that. Should have went with PlayStation. I'm really excited about something. Hold on, give me one sec. Before I end the show, I want to show you guys something I'm excited about. I've never played it before, so I'm excited. Let me see if I can find it. So I never played Virtual On in the arcade, and I was able to get my hands on this. It's the actual, it's actual dual stick, you know, the twin sticks for this arcade game. I never played it in the arcade, and I never played it on Sega Saturn, so I'm excited about this. But what I'm most excited about is I think, because Sega Saturn is supported on the Polymega, I think I can use all my original. I have a bunch of original equipment, Sega Saturn stuff. So the thing I will end the show on this. The thing I am most excited about right now is not arcade one-up stuff. It's the Polymega. I have a pretty decent collection of retro games, and especially CD games like Sega CD. So and I have some Saturn stuff. I'm really excited for the Polymega. I know it's emulation, it's not using FPGA, but it is the thing I am the most excited about, and it comes really soon. I'm looking to, you know, get all my games onto, because you know you can take your games and burn them onto the hard drive, and you know, then you're preserving the discs. Like, I am seriously super excited about it. And I don't know, I know a lot of people had a bad taste in their mouth on the Polymega because they went from, you know, FPGA to hybrid FPGA to really just emulation. I'm just super pumped on it. I don't know why other people aren't as excited. I'm thinking it's going to be awesome. I literally have, you guys can't see it over here, and I don't have the hater cam set up, but this whole area has retro gaming consoles. And although I love playing it on original hardware, the reason why I don't stream as much on the retro stuff is because I do it all. I don't do it via emulation anymore. I do it all on original. I got all my original stuff out, and I do it all on original. It's all running through an OSSC, so it looks beautiful, but it's a super pain in the ass to set it up every time, because I got a component switch, and then I got an HDMI switch, and then I got the OSSC, and like, I'm trying to eliminate as many hops as I can so that the latency is as low as it possibly can be. So it's just, there's just so much stuff that to get the Polymega will be a lot easier to stream some of these retro games where I don't have all of this stuff excited, all of this stuff laying around. So I don't know. Are you guys not excited? I mean, I know it's expensive, but for me to do all this, I'll take the convenience factor. I'll pay the money for the convenience factor. The only time I think the Polymega becomes like maybe a bad proposition for people is if you're not a physical game collector. If you don't have any physical media, then I think it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Although there are online stores and stuff. Mike, I know when I get excited about something. You can't stop me. I'm just like, but the excitement is going away because my stomach is really hurting me. All right, I gotta go. It's just too bad now. It's unbearable now. It's unbearable. Okay. Yeah, so Justin makes a good point. If they have Dreamcast later, that'd be awesome. I gotta go. It's just not good anymore. I can't hold it. I mean, there isn't even such a thing. Is there even such a thing as holding your number 2? That's not even a thing. Man up, Ralph. Big Vicious. I can't, dude. I've manned up for 40 minutes. I can't do it anymore. All right. And dude, by the way, the other thing too is I don't know if this isn't 100% confirmed, but I read an old tweet where someone says that Sega CD32X games are supported too. Like, that's amazing. Okay, can you mod that to play Robotron? I don't know, but it's freaking awesome. I can't wait to see that, the Virtual On. I'm super excited. Okay, I really, really gotta go. It's bad. Like, I'm not even, this isn't shtick. Like, it hurts. Like, it's hurting me right now. And I'm not gonna broadcast in the bathroom like Dr. Disrespect. I won't do that. It's cresting. Oh, Michael B, you had to say it's cresting? Yeah. Oh, no, that's so gross. All right. No, I'm not selling the consoles, How to Bachelor. I'm not selling them. I want to preserve them. I'm going to put them away, and the Polymega is going to take their place for a while. All right, I got to go. All right, guys, let's do final thoughts. I don't really have any. I'm just going to play the music. I don't have any final thoughts. All right, guys, it's final thoughts time. So what do I think about this episode? We covered shaving mishaps. We covered having to desperately, diabolically poop and had to hold it the whole time. We talked about Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I went off on a tangent on Outrun. I was obsessed about Outrun and the old cabinet being $1. We talked about how much I hate Primal Rage, which I do. Hate that game. Pit Fighter's even worse. Pit Fighter, shit fighter. Pretty much. Which I am going to be a shit fighter soon, so I got to go. Yeah, and dude, we didn't even... Anyways, we didn't play it, but Metal Slug 6, a port from the Atomus Wave hardware. That is the coolest thing, guys. I love physical hardware. I love it. I love physical. All right. Oh, okay. That was too much. We're erupting. We gotta go. All right, guys. And then we talked about how my Xbox Series S is coming, which everyone doesn't care about. And then my Xbox Series X is coming, but that's for my son, so I can't open it up. But it's gonna be really hard for me to do that, and I gotta go because I really gotta go to the bathroom really bad. And that's the only thing I can do about final thoughts. I'm sorry, there's probably other stuff we talked about, but I gotta go. This coffee's got too much caffeine, and the one thing that I didn't drink because I knew you guys would have made fun of me is I didn't take my little mini espresso cup. When in doubt, pinky out. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one.